You hold out your hand for a pearl, and fate puts into it a scorpion. Show no consternation. Close your fingers firmly upon the gift. Let it sting through your palm. In time, after your hand and arm have swelled and quivered long with torture, the squeezed scorpion will die, and you will have learned the great lesson of how to endure without a sob.
I'm Jill Anderson, and I'm going to talk to you about Bronte, a one-woman show by William Luce. All of Charlotte's novels had massive quantities of autobiographical information in them. She based her characters on real people from her life. The language of the play, most of it drawn from actual sources, journals, letters, etc., by Charlotte Bronte, is so descriptive and so detailed that you can't not sit forward in your seat and pay closer attention. She took pain on a level that most people will never understand, and she transformed it into incredible art.
Up at the sky he fired, tears were coursing down his face. He fired and fired and fired. Why is Papa crying? Brandy asked. Well, he was frightened. Didn't understand, he was only 4. Why is Papa crying?
Charlotte's sense of humor was incredibly dry. The playwright did a very good service to Charlotte Bronte in not softening or downplaying her funny, queer intelligence and sense of humor. It's all present.
I'm sure of it now. Mr. Nichols cares for me. Yes, he does. I've long suspected as much. He sometimes looks at me so fervently. Mr. Nichols isn't what you call handsome, or even what is considered agreeable in outward aspect. Actually, he's rather unappealing, but he does have kind eyes. Yes, that's it. Kind eyes. And, well, kind eyes. And you might say, no, you couldn't say that. I'd have to say Mr. Nichols looks cadaverous. I'd rather be right at home here then.
Charlotte was tremendously outspoken about women's independence and women's self-sufficiency. And that ambition and that conviction shows up in all of her writing.
Mr. Smith, our publisher, didn't know we were women. He had always written to me as a man by the name of Kurz, Esquire. Mr. Smith, I present this letter as proof of my identity. It is addressed by you to Kurz, Esquire. You see, how did I come by it? Why, sir, it is addressed to me.
The question and answer session is as beloved to me in the process of this presentation as the drama part of it, because this is where we open up the doors for anyone to ask anything. What was the clothing like in this period? How did they react to their fame? Did they expect their fame? These are the kinds of questions I get, and the answers are always fascinating. I mean, the world that the Brontes lived in was fascinating, and their story was fascinating. There's nothing more sensory than theater. The sound, the color, the expressions, the emotions, all of those little details that make the magic of theater, that's what sticks with a person. That's what touches someone on a deeper level, an emotional level, as opposed to a cerebral level.
Do you remember the arc of today's rainbow, piercing the heavy electric atmosphere? A perfect rainbow, wasn't it? Wide, high, vivid, spanning the brooding moors. I must hope. It is my bow of promise.